Let's get to work.
There! We're not done yet!
There! One more!
Come on.
Good work, guys. We all in one piece?
Do you think these are Yukama's footprints? Yeah, fresh as a few minutes ago, I'd wager. Which doesn't make sense. No? No, it doesn't. With all the monsters we've encountered along the way, he must have encountered some too. Yeah, I didn't hear any gunshots either, so he had to have slipped past them all unnoticed. There's only one way he could have done that. What's that? Don't worry about it. Just something I learned about in the past. Anyway, we're almost at his hideout. Stay on guard. Will do. Ew, that's a lot. There's a lot more of these guys around than I expected. So what's the plan? Should we pick off their numbers one by one? Nah, that'd take too much time. I'll cut a path through, so stick close to me. Understood. Press R2 for a charged attack. Huh.
Looks like the gang's all here. Let's get to work.
Show them what you're really capable of!
Gotcha! Hit them!
There are so many of them! Look out!
This'll hurt. Over here! All for you! They're starting! Keep it up!
Initializing drive.
Here goes. This'll hurt. Over here! All for you! Something's coming! Get ready!
Activating skill.
My move now! Keep it up!
Activating skill.
What?
Certain arts will work better!
Take that!
Meanwhile...
This thing's good shit, but it wears you out like nothing else. Real big upgrade between the 4th and 5th gen orbments right here. I could see why the army liked it so much. Was worth extorting it out of that corrupt general a while back. But what am I gonna do now? No one's gonna find the goods now that I've got them well hidden. Now I gotta settle between selling it to A for a fat stack, or taking it to some lab or a tech corp. That girl with Arkwright seemed to know what it was worth, too. Wouldn't mind having her work under me if it meant getting him out of the way. I might be able to tap more than extra Mira out of that
Getting a little ahead of yourself, aren't we?
Huh? What are you doing here?
So you came here after all. Not a bad hustle you got going on. You learn what those punks were up to, tipped off the cops, then snatched the case in the confusion so you could profit from the shadows.
Wait, I hear you. I screwed up. I'll give you back what I stole. And Mira. And whatever dirt you want to know. I'd never even think of picking a fight with all.
Too late. You underestimated us, and for that, you will pay with fear. Huh?
What was that?
Giacomo. Come on, but stay behind me.
Okay.
That's how you say his name. Giacomo.
Shit might
Too
be
bad
hitting the
he's
fan
dead.
soon.
What do you mean?
After these, I'll have to heal.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Let's get to work.
Let's keep moving ahead.
Gotcha!
Activating shards.
This'll hurt. Take that!
I'm ready. Here goes.
Here goes. They're stunned!
Ha! Here goes.
Activating skill.
There. Then. I did it.
Glow hammer.
Best point found.
That hits the
I
spot.
wonder if it lets us save. Oh, it does. Huh. So I guess that means we can use this data in the full game. Which, if I do get the game by that point, I'll just
Whoops.
change this to part 1.
No.
Not often we see blood.
Van, we've got to. He's.
Save it. He's dead.
I can't believe it.
I can see he tried to resist, but he couldn't stop his throat from being slit. Wasn't even the usual knife, more like a machete. And then his left hand is...
What are you two doing down here?
What in Adios' name? Whoa! Look at all that blood!
Shit. It would be the guy we were just about to ask to come in and talk to us. You look like you found yourself in the middle of a real mess here. I hope you're ready to come to the station.
Crime scene secured at 1:10 p.m.
2 important witnesses will volunteer themselves into custody and accompany us to the Sidon station.
Please, Miss Claudel, you can talk to me. What were you doing in a place like that? What did the man with you say to trick you into going? Nothing. If anything, I was the one who persuaded him. What the request was that Mr. Arkwright accepted, though, I'm afraid I can't say anything more about. You are aware that this may end up causing trouble for your school, aren't you? I'm not sure how we can avoid contacting them now that you're involved in this. I understand. This all feels like a nightmare. I can't believe someone I was just talking to hours ago is now. And all my insisting has gotten Van caught up in this.
Who do you think you're fooling, Arkwright? You think we'll believe it was just some coincidence that you were in the maintenance tunnel? That you were just taking that girl with you alone on some field trip? Not a chance!
What do you want me to say? It's the truth. You think I volunteered to come in here just to tell lies? I sure do. You may as well be a criminal yourself, Spriggan. No way in hell someone like you just happened to come across a murder scene. Stranger things have happened. Come on, you interrogate all your victims this way. You tense from overwork. How about I lend a hand? I got a handyman's license even. Service with a smile and always willing to lend an ear. That's the Arkwright Solutions motto. You son of a... I'm more curious why you happened to show up when you did. He was a real slime ball, but he was also a nobody. Just what were you hoping to get out of him? What was so important that it requires a bunch of officers and 2 detectives?
I can see the rumors of how much a handful you are weren't overselling you. Your weapon might not have a blade, but I've never seen anything like it. And you've got a state-of-the-art orbment, too. You've been skirting the line of legality dangerously close these past few years. You do know we could come down on you if we wanted to, right?
Wow, that's harsh. It's just a self-defense baton. As for my Zypha, that's just for the orbital net. I've been authorized to have one as a tester, I'll have you know. Though hey, even I know that authorization coming from a questionable foreign company ain't the best look.
Took the words right out of my mouth. You really know how to throw people off.
Inspector, I say we grill this guy good. It's clear he's a total good-for-nothing. You don't lead a pretty lady astray without having some kind of problem. Like him that young, detective? Huh. Just don't go down too deep down that rabbit hole. You think I look bad. Just wait till people hear a cop got hooked on hitting up juveniles for favors. But you know my address if you ever get in hot water over it. You think you can waltz in here and... Nate, don't let him rile you up.
You're wasting your time with that one.
And just who the hell are you? This room's off limits.
I would be with the Central Intelligence Department, the group that asked for your help on this case. The name's Kincaid. I'm with the CID's Analytical Division. On its behalf, I thank you for your aid in locating Giacomo Conte. And I see your line caught a second fish as well.
Are you serious? We feel awful for losing him, really. But it's clear as day that this guy knows something. We'll have it out of him before long, mark my... That won't be necessary. He and his companion will be coming with us. Huh? On what grounds? Our own investigation has led us to safely rule them out as culprits in Mr. Conte's murder. As such, for reasons I am not at liberty to discuss, they'll be coming into our custody. I trust that won't be a problem. Oh, not at all. Do what you want with them. Don't be such a damn suck-up. Should have known this was how it'd be once they showed up. Very well. This was always the CID's request. Do as you will. But as much of a low-life piece of scum as he was, we're dealing with a man's death here. I'll thank you and you to remember that. Of course I will. You needn't worry about that. Leave everything to us. Van! Oh, thank goodness. They let you go too? Yeah, after this troublemaker showed up.
I'll be taking my leave now, sir.
Understood. You know what needs doing next, and be sure to send your report to the chief.
She said she was with the Central Intelligence Department.
Looks that way. Seems real competent, too. And you're able to bark out orders to her just like that, huh? Shows you've moved up in the world, Renee.
Huh?
Kincaid, not Renee. You know that. Though perhaps you need reminding after 3 years.
Hard to say if 3 years ago even counted as a proper hello. You're still on the ball as ever, you spectacled sadist.
Same to you, Spriggan. Still working from the shadows and relying on old-fashioned stubbornness and trickery to get the job done, I see.
Damn right.
The CID is currently hot on the trail of the duo who murdered Giacomo Conte. We found trace evidence of them at the scene.
Oh!
Knew you wouldn't waste time. Then...
I know your nose and circle of suspicious contacts are not to be underestimated. I won't be getting in the way of whatever you and your friend are working on. If you hear anything interesting, however, you'll give me a call. You owe it to me after bailing you out.
Contact information exchanged.
I don't believe I've heard that hollow before. By the way, have you told her you're back yet? Well, that answers that. Will you ever grow up? Take care then. You as well, young lady.
Thank you.
So, you two are friends? Nah, he's just an old acquaintance I can't seem to shake. Anyway, much as I hate being in his debt over anything, this would be over way faster with him on the case. Both solving Giacomo's murder and your job. I see. If you want to call this whole thing off, I'm fine with that. Won't charge you anything if you do, not after how much of a mess this has turned into. Leaving this all to me also works if you trust me enough. That's not an issue, but now that someone's lost their life, I don't think I can afford to avert my eyes. It's not right. Can I not stay with you for at least today? It pains me to cause you more problems than I already have, but at the same time... You're too young to worry about causing your elders problems. Alright, if you're that set on this, then let's get back to work. Next up, we take the subway to Riverside. What? You aren't thinking of going back to the scene of the crime, are you? Nah, still gonna be sealed off, so no way we're getting close to it. I've got somewhere else in mind. Let's get moving. I'd still like to get this wrapped up today. Alright.
Excuse me? Can I have a moment of your time?
Is it the detective?
You just came out of the police station, didn't you? I'm hearing there was just a murder. Was that why you were in there?
Pardon me? Huh, and just who are you?
I'm Mariel M.A., the newest reporter with the Tyrell Times. I only just joined the paper's local news division and happened to hear what was going on from a source of mine. You wouldn't happen to have anything to add about the murder, would you? I'll take anything.
You got good instincts on you, Missy. The cops just took in a key witness, being questioned as we speak. Sounds like it's a detective called Nate in charge. I'm thinking he'll have more for you if you run in now. Ben, you can't just...
Thank you so much! Just you wait, Dingle. I'll get one over you this time!
Wait, the key witnesses here are...
Having a rough day?
Oh, nothing I'm not used to. Gonna go see Bramati now. That should square us out after I lent a hand on that case with the spoiled brat.
Sure. I'll get it done.
That wasn't very nice of you, Van. You can't just feed someone in her position false information. Sure I can. Last thing we need when we're busy is a reckless rookie sticking her nose into our shit. Why not let her make trouble for the cops to make our jobs easier? She's starting to realize the legality. Wait for me. When he said that he toes the line of what's legal, She did not believe him. Looks like they still have it cordoned off. What do you think will happen to Giacomo? They should have already had his body taken out for an autopsy a while ago. But you don't need to be an expert to see whoever slit his throat was a pro. So, where exactly are we going? The cafe and bar over there. Oh, is it open now? About to be. Today's hours should be from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Might be better to kill a little time before going in. He's probably still setting up for the evening. Oh, sure.
Oh, this place is so soothing.
You're
It's
up here
so
now.
calm here with all the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about this area.
Not a lot matters in this biz as much as public opinion. Without that, you might as well not even exist. But that's what we wanted, right? We've come so far. Why give up now, Natalie? An auto garage is a shop?
What kind of shop is this?
It's a car repair shop. Basically heaven on earth for guys like me.
Alright, work's done for the day now. Honestly, my commuter's been a lot better since I started biking to and from. Speaking of, I heard the Grand Circuit had a huge turnout yesterday. Heard the crowd was so dense you couldn't get anywhere on that side of town. I hope there are cycling races just as exciting as that someday.
Not this way.
But I want to see what they sell. Meow. It's real late now. Let's go home, Errol. Huh? Why? I want to keep playing. Can't we hang out a little more, please? We can't. Remember your mom told us to get home early. How do you care what she says? Do you care about Alma more than me? Alma? Does that mean mom? That's not true.
That's a Septian temple? It almost looks like a Central Eastern version of a church.
That's because it basically is. Edith has more than its fair share of Central Easterners.
Looks like he's still getting ready to open. Should I go in anyway or keep wandering around? The main story will advance upon entering the cafe. I mean, it won't let me leave, so no choice.
Well, hello again, handsome.
How is that husky?
I've been waiting for you. I figured you'd show up early enough.
That's almost my tone. That's not husky.
I suppose the girl next to you is your client? She suits that uniform to a T.
Oh, nope, I'm hearing it. Oh, hello. Come on, we only just walked in the door and you already got her red?
My name's Bermati, sweetheart. I'm the owner and bartender of this fine establishment. Van and I have a very special relationship.
Yes. You have a boyfriend? We just scratch each other. Oh my god, that does not... He's also a first-rated information dealer with a hell of a lot of fishy contact. Oh, I see. My name is Agnes Claudel. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, isn't she a polite one? What a lovely client you have today. So, I assume whatever led you here regards Giacomo? That's right. Word travels fast. Of course it would. The scene of the crime was practically in my front yard. I found him difficult to like as someone in the same trade. But I'd have never wished this on him, even if he did most likely bring it on himself. What do you mean? So he did put his hand in the fire. Guessing it was last night? Well guessed, you're absolutely right. One of my sources tells me he tipped off the police. He said a criminal gang was in the midst of a massive drug deal. That's no good. It's not that uncommon. But I'm more thinking it was a hoax. Indeed, it was. The police arrested several from the scene, but they found no evidence that drugs ever changed hands. However, it did look like they were in the middle of a dispute of some kind. But who the other party was, they could not ascertain. The ones caught were also saying something along the lines of, "Who ratted us out? They wouldn't have done it, so it was someone on our side." Huh. Judging by all you've said, it sounds like those criminals in that other party were still scheduled to do some kind of deal, even if it wasn't drug-related. And Giacomo called the police on them, creating confusion by doing so. Well. Yeah, you're dead on. He then took advantage of that to make off with something from the scene, and ended up with a one-way ticket to the other side for it. My thinking is along the same line as yours, though I haven't gotten a clue what that something in question is. As for how he was able to make off with it completely undetected, I can only speculate. There must have been some kind of trick to it. You don't think he used a Zypha, do you? No, there still aren't many of them in circulation. I think he used a previous model, which fits his objective much better. There's a fair number of them making the rounds on the black market these days. A Ramda, huh? Which you learn about at the... I don't want to say Trails of Reverie. Code Steel 4, maybe? When you're chasing Calvert agents, they go invisible. And they refer to that as a Ramda unit. So for that to be considered an old model, this has to take place further along. Calvert's 5th generation orbital? Yeah, the one developed between Verne and the Epstein Foundation a while back. It was used by the police and army for a while, but soon as the 6th gen was introduced, they wasted no time dumping it. Zypha's better, sure, but the Ramda was just as good as Erebonia's Arcus back then, with its most notable feature being stealth capabilities. So you think he used that stealth to hide something? Quite. Well, less something and more someone himself. It lets you disappear as if by magic. How long it lasts depends on the user, and it can't avoid tripping sensors. But slipping into a scene that's already in disarray and stealing something, that would be child's play. That does all make sense. Puts it all into perspective for us, huh? When we charged into the maintenance room after hearing a scream, all we found was Giacomo's corpse. But we weren't the only people who were there. The criminals who slit his throat were still there too. They just snuck right past us using Ramda's stealth capabilities. What fearless criminals they are. Certainly not bottom of the barrel. We could be dealing with Jaegers, or perhaps... Whoever they are, they've recovered what they're looking for, so I doubt you'll find success in pursuing them any further. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh? Knew he wouldn't keep me waiting.
Here are all the bases he used for the past few years, complete with security logs.
Thanks. We'll call this even.
Oh, and just to add, there's been no sign of any Jaeger Corps in the move as of yesterday. Well, be seeing you.
Alright. Guess I'm in your debt again. What was that all about? So Giacomo had multiple hideouts, did he? That could mean whatever he stole is in one of those. But if it wasn't a Jaeger corpse he had a run-in with... Oh, forget it. I can't believe you turned to Dingo. And right in front of me. You know I'll sing like a canary for you any day of the week. Sorry, but I never was much of the faithful type. Well, we got a lot of new information out of that. I'm just surprised at how well connected you are. What can I say? I spend time putting people in my debt so I can cash in favors when I need them.
You must have amassed quite a collection by now.
Yep, guess you've been ratted out, Van.
Oh. Oh! I'd heard you were a regular at this establishment, but I wasn't expecting to run into you just as it was opening.
That makes two of us. First Renee, then you. Hell of a day for me.
You've certainly spent a lot of it skulking around. Up to no good, I assume. I imagine it was half your own fault that you got hauled off to the police station.
Wish I could argue otherwise. Should have known it wouldn't take long for you to hear about what happened and come running.
Of course. I've paid a visit to the scene of the crime as well. Giacomo was hardly a pleasant person, but he was a decent informant to use when work called for one. I hope you know that the detectives at the station and that reporter are very displeased with you, by the way. Your love of causing trouble for everyone and taking advantage of it to further your own goals has never been a bright spot for you.
Don't got a clue what you're talking about. Damn, this is awkward.
I can't believe it.
Elaine Auclair.
Forgive me. My name is Elaine. I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation.
Oh, not at all.
I think we have much to discuss. But we're also both busy, so that can wait for another time. Whoever can solve this case first, the CID, the police, the guild, wins the prize lying in wait. That also goes for our presumed suspects. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Be careful not to get too involved here, Van. I'm almost certain that the two people who killed Giacomo were from A.
Thinking the same. But I'll chalk myself up to owing you one for telling me.
You know her? What, you do too? Guess she does pop up in the paper every once in a blue moon. Of course I know her. She's really famous. I don't think there's anyone in Calvert who doesn't know the face of Elaine Auclair. She's one of the youngest bracers ever to reach A rank in the guild. They're ace. And they even call her, I can't remember, but something like Beauty's Blade? Elegant enough for someone so adept with the swordsmanship of the Old Kingdom. Hard not to feel for her having Beauty slapped on her title. Are the two of you close? She's just an old friend. Anyway, we've wasted enough time here. We almost got this one in the bag. We can talk stuff through while we're on the move. I'm guessing the demo's gonna end at the first boss battle, once they give us a few more rundowns with the enemies. To make it short, I think it's safe to assume the thing Giacomo made off with is the orbment you're looking for. We know it was stolen from an antique shop a week ago by a gang of punks. Said punks then met with a pair of others to deliver it and, at this point, likely had some dispute over Mira. That was when the police charged onto the scene, leaving Giacomo, who called them, to snatch the goods using his Ramda. But then that pair tracked him down the very next day. They waited in ambush for him at the crime scene, murdered him, then stole his Ramda and used it to escape. Ramdas are like any other kind of computer in that they got apps to note things down and store info in them. Giacomo was always a cautious one, so I'm sure he wouldn't have made the info too easy to identify. But I'm guessing the locations of his hideouts were on there, so the culprits could use the device to find them. Do you think his murderers are using the Ramda to find which spot has what he stole then? Pretty much. Fortunately, we've been able to use data on his recent movements to narrow down the top 3 places it could be. One's in front of Trion Tower in the 3rd District. One's near Central Station in the 7th District. And then there's one in the 12th District around the Grand Circuit racetrack on the outskirts of town. Which of them would you say is the most fishy? Huh. Nah, I think it's safe to rule the tower and the circuit out. Until last night, they were both full of people because of... Oh. See, this here also helps with talking to people. Exactly. He wouldn't have wanted that. There's a door down an alley just before the station that leads underground. My guess is Giacomo hid what we're after down there. And that means we should...
The next stop will be in the cathedral in Edith's 5th District. Those traveling to the cathedral or Aramis Academy.
You're getting off at the next stop. What? Closest station to your dorms, right? Don't worry. I'll have this thing cracked by the end of the day and the goods with you by tomorrow. But you were fine with me helping you before. Before. This is now. The affiliation of Giacomo's murderers changes everything. Are you referring to that A group? Yeah. Everyone's on guard about him right now. Not just the cops in the guild either. I'm talking other organized crime groups and even Jaeger Corps. If that's who we're up against, I can't promise I can keep you safe. So this is what we gotta do. I'm sorry.
We are now arriving at the cathedral. The doors on the left side will open.
So is Calvert like France? She's gonna tell you, you know. You told her where you were going. But it'll be interesting trying to fight enemy... what?
I thought I told you to get off at the next stop.
You'll have to forgive me for being selfish, but you have to understand just how much that memento means to me. It's something that connects me not just to my great-grandfather, but my mother and grandmother too. And that's not the only reason I want to see this through now. A man is dead. I know you don't like the idea, but I feel like I have to be a part of this. Whatever may come to happen, I'll do everything I can to ensure my own safety. And I'll do everything you ask in the field. So please, won't you let me come with you?
Fine. You're the client. I can see you at least know your way around that staff and arts. But you're gonna have to do everything to keep yourself safe. And if I give you an order, you follow it.
You wanna know what's interesting? He has Lloyd's color scheme. It has been bothering me for a bit. The blue jacket, the white underneath it, the red shirt, well, t-shirt, as well as the dog tag. But there's like this big difference between them with the straps and everything on them. The way he carries himself, obviously. The belts around his arms, his wrist. I mean, the hair color as well, but I can understand how people mistook him for an older Rean. Because Rean does get like a jacket that resembles this, except it's longer, more of a trench coat. The fur lining reminds you more of his school uniform, except that was straight up red and white with black on it.
If you fail to do that, I terminate our contract then and there. We clear?
Something I really want to happen, though? I want to see Van and Lloyd in the same room. The only problem with that is Lloyd is too high road. So it'll probably just be like this passive-aggressive, sarcastic conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you.
are now arriving at Edith Central Station. Those transferring to the Transcontinental Railroad.
Feels like the sun went down real fast. But even at this hour, with nothing going on, there's so many people. It is how most people arrive in the city, after all. Not to mention all the department stores. There's also that fancy new Orbital store that doubles as a cafe that's been drawing a lot of customers. Yeah, I know the one. Funny to think how much this area's changed in just a couple years. Those big screens weren't here before either. But now it's hard to imagine them not being here. City's changing so fast it makes your head spin. True it is.
Very good evening to you, Edith. It is now 6:45 p.m., which means it's time for today's evening news. President Gramhart held a press briefing at the Presidential Building in Vontai at 3 p.m. today. He discussed this year's ending of the reparations from Erebonia, and with it, the impact it will have on Calvert's future.
Okay, Gladio, I see you.
It has been 2 years since the Erebonian Empire launched an unprovoked war of aggression against us. A vile act we were generous enough to forgive.
Wait.
The price it paid in the form of reparations was steep, but every last mirror was, in my strong opinion, justified. I believe its actions, its atrocities, welcome it back to the international community with open arms, promoting an era of peace between us, even when it comes to Crossbell State. With reparations due to come to an end this year, some have raised concerns that an economic recession is on the horizon. Those fears are unfounded. We have used these past 2 years to transform our economy, to bolster our capital, to better our technology. No nation has surpassed what we have accomplished because no nation can. We cannot take our supremacy for granted. I have every intention of taking this power and using it to lead our great world as a whole to a more glorious, prosperous future.
Well, if it isn't everyone's favorite president, he's a little heavy-handed, but you can't say he hasn't delivered. Calvert's GPD passed the Empire's in his first year in office, and this year's on track to surpass that by a lot. Yes, I suppose that's true. He's been enacting some very dangerous policies across the board, and not just economically. Compared to the last guy, yeah, Samuel Rocksmith seemed more grounded. Anyway, didn't mean to talk politics. We'll prefer not to waste time in rival territory. You have a rival? Oh, the Bracer Guild. I do remember hearing they had a branch near Central Station. Yep. Maybe they aren't expecting to hear anything close to home, but they've still got a sharp crew on board. So let's get to work. We gotta get what you're looking for before the duo who got Giacomo do. Right. Do you know where the entrance to his base is, then? Right over there. The alley next to the old department store leads to the door we're looking for. Come on. Yes, sir. Now, where is that lady with the green? Oh, taxi. Hey, brother. Nice night, don't you think? Feels like the breeze will just blow my worries away. It's only natural to want to go out on a night like this. I can take you for a ride, if you please. Is this kind of a unique taxi? That's one hell of a ride. Kinda want to check it out, to be honest. Sorry, man. Gonna have to pass on this one. Where I'm going is just around the corner. Ah, forget about it. The name's Giordano, brother. If you need anything, give me a holler.
Not this way.
Darn you.
changes.
Time to fight for my life. This is it? Yeah, this one doesn't lead to the subway. But you can still jimmy it the same way. Was Como the one who altered the locks like this? Not him. It's just been a thing us shady folks have known about for a while. There's places like this all over the city people make good use of. CID knows about them too. They just leave it alone. They do? Why? I'm sorry, I keep egging conversation on when we really need to move. I'm ready for whatever we'll find here. Good, because there's no turning back now. Autosave. They followed us. Is something wrong? Nah, we can go in. Is that just my imagination? I don't pick up a scent, so I guess it doesn't matter either way. Wait.
His nose is as sharp as ever.
You're not Rin, are you?
Edios knows how this is going to end, but it better be with my classmates safe, Spriggan.
I mean, the hair makes it seem like it's Rin, but why would she be in Calvard? Did she say something in Trails of Reverie? Like, there really aren't that many characters with that hair color. Is this place a relic from the Middle Ages? Might go back to the Dark Ages, even. Edith might not have a leg up on the old capital's history, but it still goes back to the Middle Ages easily enough. Tack on all the subways and waterways we've been building, and the underground's a sprawling mess and a half now. I see. I suppose it does make sense that a place like this would exist here when you think about it enough. What? Crap. Spirits. Is that a monster? Well, a spirit more like. Never seen them in the capital. What the hell's up with this? Sure you don't want to turn back and wait outside the station? The cafe'd be a good spot to... No, I'm fine. I have a feeling my staff and arts will be highly effective against foes like this. So if anything, I'm relieved I came with you instead of staying behind. Got me good. Then let's do this. I'll back you up, so feel free to go hog wild. Then I will. Oh, is this going to talk about character? Cipher quartz? Insert okay. So, something I've already done.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
I want to give you evade because you'll be up front.
Modifying your orbment,
Switching to maintenance mode.
And we'll give you mind.
New shard skill added.
Cataract wave.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
Plasma sphere. Huh, how do I get them there though? Okay. Now we're ready to move on. Yeah, let's get... Wait, this feels like... Oh, well what do you know, a certified Emma. The higher elements are active here. What the hell? What do you mean? I'm sure you can tell this part just from fights we've had so far, but... Monsters usually only weak to the 4 basic elements. Fire, water, earth, and wind. But every once in a while you'll find a place where they can be weak or resistant to the higher elements of time, space, and mirage. You're saying that this is one such place? Pretty sure it is, yeah. Either way, we'll soon find out. Let's get moving. Now it tells me I can change characters. Okay. Go ahead and use this.
That hits the spot.
Next we'll save.
What?
Now let's go. I guess I still can't swap. Because I thought R2 was swapping characters. Ah, they sure snuck up on us. There are an awful lot of them, too. There sure are, but it's times like these that shards really shine. Time to teach you how to use SCLM. What are those? You'll see. I'll give you the rundown while we fight.
Deploying shards!
Take advantage of Cypher's shard system. Oh, so it's, fuck. The joining thing from the Code Steel series. So, with higher elements, that means I can now use... If you activate a craft or art while SCLM is active, your partner's power will increase.
Keep it up! It's working!
So, we want to go... Try... There we go.
Think fast! Take this! All you, Agnes!
Okay, damage is now down. Let's go with Glow Hammer.
Going all in.
It has a back attack bonus. Oh, wait, what? I'm not close enough. Shit. Can I... No, I can't. Okay. So we'll go with crafts instead. Same hero.
Going all in.
Initializing drive.
All you, Agnes! My move now.
Thankfully, they put themselves directly where I need them to be, too.
Don't take your eye off the enemy!
It's not going to be enough to kill it, though.
Activating skill!
Over here! All for you!
A chance!
So maybe...
Something's coming! Get ready!
Yeah, I know.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Fuck. Then, I'm sorry, I need to step out of it.
What should I do?
Search activating skill.
Yeah! It's for the best!
Did it work? Nope.
Bring it on!
Now, I can get you two from behind.
This'll hurt. I'll dice you up!
I'll take you on!
Sucker!
Ben! Now! I'll take you on! There!
Sucker!
Good job. You kept up pretty well. So that's the power of an SCLM. I've never been able to understand how someone else's was going to act so clearly before. Yeah, it's a lot like the combat There We Go, used by Erebonia's 5th generation Arcus battle ordnance. The Arcus units never saw much use outside the Empire, though. Still, combat links were mainly designed to be used by two-man teams, whereas SCLM is a system where it's a lot easier to switch around partners. That makes it a force to be reckoned with when used by large groups. Shards really are amazing, aren't they? I never imagined you could use them for so much. Yeah, I'm not an expert on them either, mind you. Still got a lot to learn myself. But even I can tell that the Zypha standard has a whole lot of potential. Looks like you were right about that orbital staff of yours working well against spirits, too. Yes, I'm glad that proved true. The more we do it, the more confident I am in my ability to fight. I suspect we're going to need to make use of SCLMs. I'm going to trip over that a lot more. I still don't want you going out in front of me, though. I can accept that. Now it's going to tell me about character swapping? Okay. And now, since I'm dying... Yay! Oops. How did it say to do it? Yikes.
Here goes.
There we go. L1.
Suggesting magic attacks. Activating shards.
Mm-hmm. So now, glow hammer.
Here I come.
18, what?
A chance! Take that! They're stunned! A chance!
This'll hurt.
Take that!
Combat over. Processing data.
Commencing battle. Charge attack available.
Well then, away we go.
Looks like there's a treasure chest above me.
Suggesting magic attacks.
I'm on it. There.
Charge attack available.
I'm on it! There! They're stunned! Now, let's finish the job!
Okay.
Let's keep moving ahead. That looks like a nice chest.
Marble ring. Okay, so now... Prevents mute, so that would be better for her. The next one I'm hoping is another defense or HP type deal, so I can give it to Van. Keeping Anya's healthy and high health is better. Oh.
Take this! Let's get to work! Deploying shards!
There we go! A chance!
Certain arts will be more effective. Initializing drive.
All you, Agnes! My move now! Stay fast! Take this!
A chance!
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Arts work best on this end. Show them what you're really capable of.
There! Take this! There! It's done now! Let's finish the job! Gotcha!
Let's keep moving ahead.
Do I get less experience for that? That's what I'm curious.